Welcome back, guys. I hope you're having a wonderful day today, and I hope you're ready for some fun but also terrifying content. It's going to be a wonderful time. We're going to start the episode with Am I the A-hole and Am I wrong and all that sort of stuff. Maybe some entitled people or parents towards the end of the episode, but I haven't decided yet. Either way, it's going to be great, and I hope you guys enjoy. Also, before we start the episode, I've been recording some Minecraft backgrounds, like I do play Minecraft sometimes, and with the shaders and stuff, it looks super nice. So yeah, I've been thinking that it could be a nice background for the episodes. Let me know in the comments if you like it. Wow, okay, the first one that we're going to read today. Am I wrong for telling my husband that he's an embarrassment? Hi everybody, this is my first time using Reddit, so cut me some slack. So I, 25 female, found out that my husband, 26 male, cheated on me with his co-worker. Oh god. He came clean to me a few nights ago because he felt guilty. He said it was a mistake and it only lasted for a week. He said that he loved me and that she didn't mean anything to him. He wanted to work on our marriage and he made a list of marriage counselors that we could see. He blocked her and turned in his 2-week notice so that he could move to another job closer to where we live. He showed me all of their texts and calls. He even sent her a text saying that he didn't want to continue a relationship with her. When he told me that he cheated on me, I felt numb. I wanted to cry, but I chose not to because he doesn't deserve to see me cry. I was so, and I still am incredibly angry at him. How could he throw away our relationship like that? All for some fun. That same night, I contacted a divorce lawyer. I gathered all the texts that he sent her and I packed a bag and I left to stay at my parents' house. When his parents asked why I left him, I told them the truth. They were so angry at him, but they begged me to stay with him. I firmly told them that I was going to leave him no matter how hard he tried to fix his mistakes. In my eyes, my husband is now a cheater and nothing can fix that. He knew I had a zero tolerance rule for cheating and he broke that. Now he has to deal with the consequences. Yeah, you're doing the right thing, OP. A lot of our family members and friends know about his affair now. Some are asking me to reconsider divorcing him because of all the steps he took to reconcile with me. He's been blowing up my phone and reiterating that it meant nothing to him. Well, then I must have meant less than nothing if he was willing to pick her over me. I have no plans on filing for divorce on the grounds of adultery. I just want this to be quick and over so I can move and find somebody actually loyal and not a complete piece of crap. Recently, he called me and against the advice of my lawyer, I picked up. He once again begged me to reconsider and said that I was the only woman in the world for him. I told him it's best for him to get himself a divorce lawyer and to move on. He said that he wouldn't do that because he believed that our marriage was fixable. I told him that our marriage wasn't fixable because of how much of an embarrassment his infidelity was to me. I felt a little bad because he started to cry and apologizing for hurting and embarrassing me, and I just hung up. His parents called me and said that they understood where I was coming from, but that my comment was inappropriate and hurtful. My sister thinks I'm being an a-hole and that I said it out of spite, so was I wrong? Edit, I wrote this in a comment, but I decided to put it here as well. Hi everybody, I just wanted to say thank you for all the kind words to me, and the not so kind words to my future ex-husband lol. I feel so supported here and not alone. Yeah, of course you're not in the wrong, OP, and it's not their business. God, that's so frustrating. Your in-laws and your sister don't get to tell you what to do about your own marriage, OP. Ever. It's your marriage with your partner. Your partner completely betrayed you, and you're kicking him to the curb, as you should. You're 100% doing the right thing, OP. And I know everybody in the comments would have been super supportive too. But yeah, there's no coming back from that. And that's how it should be too. You mess around and you find out. And yeah, sure, your in-laws and your sister are sad about it, and I'm sure they don't want it to happen, but they do not have a say in what you do, OP. Like, are you married to him and did he cheat on you? No. So stay out of it. The top comment literally says, anybody who thinks you are wrong is an a-hole. He is an embarrassment and a loser. I don't get cheaters. Screw him and his parents. And if your sister doesn't stop, screw her too. Yeah, so a little bit more of a blunt version of what I said. And these comments too. You're not wrong. You're under no obligation to stay with a cheater. He crossed one of your boundaries. It's embarrassing for him. And the comment under that says, it's none of his parents' goddamn business. And the person under that said, thank you. I would absolutely not have tolerated being told my comment was inappropriate from his parents. Good grief, man. You run to mummy and daddy to fix your mistakes? That makes me even more angry. Yeah, that's right. And also this comment, not wrong. It's really rich how his parents are saying that your comment was inappropriate and hurtful, like cheating wasn't. And your sister's a grade A-hole for shaming you for saying it how it is. And so what if you said it in anger? You're rightfully angry. I wonder if they're all cheaters or something. Given how quick they are to condemn you and not to empathize with how hurt you are, your husband has to live with the consequences, despite everybody else not wanting him to. Yeah, that's a really good point. You didn't do anything wrong, OP. And you didn't even say anything that went too far or like anything that was too rude or nothing like that. And yeah, you have the right to be upset and the right to be angry. Yeah, you're for sure not wrong. The next one is called, am I the a-hole for not inviting my picky eater daughter-in-law to my dinner event? Okay, so before we even read this, I'm pretty sure you're probably not the a-hole. I like to try new food and there's a chef that I've been following for years. She opened opened a restaurant near me a few years ago and it's almost impossible to get a spot. I was extremely lucky and I got one. It is a fixed menu and you eat what you get served for the most part. The menu changes or rotates about every week. They serve unique dishes. Anyway, when I booked it for only 5 people. I invited my sisters, my 2 daughters and me. I also decided that I'd pay for it all since I have a good job and I wanted to treat them. This is where the issue started. I have a daughter-in-law who's a picky eater. I didn't include her in the invites because I knew that she wouldn't eat it. I can't even be certain that she'd try dishes. She's the type of person that eats like 5 foods. Everybody sort of runs in the same circle and I got a call asking why she wasn't invited, since she knows everybody that was invited. I tried to be polite by saying that it was just a small gathering and moved the conversation along. She kept on pushing and I told her it's because she's a picky eater, that I'm not paying for somebody to not like the food or not even try it. She thinks I'm very cruel for excluding her. Oh no, you're not the a-hole. Yeah, the top comment, how has it become acceptable to call people and ask to be invited to an event that you haven't been invited to, and then when you still don't get invited, it's the host who's cruel or selfish or mean? Not the a-hole at all. Keep excluding her when it comes to food events. Why she would even want to come is beyond me. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like, as soon as they called up, that's super rude. Like, oh, come on, why aren't you inviting me? And yeah, like that comment said, they probably didn't even want to go. Like, I understand that they're upset because they're being excluded, but if anything, OP's doing them a favor. And also, OP's not doing it to like be mean or something. Yeah, this comment too, not the a-hole. People are not entitled to attend every event that people they know are going to, especially if it's an activity they don't particularly enjoy or appreciate. I have friends who like to ski. I have the balance of a drunken toddler, so I don't like to. I don't throw fits when they plan ski trips. Yeah, definitely. It's not like OP's trying to be mean or something. There's a comment here that says info. Daughter-in-law, is this your son's wife or your daughter's wife? Just asking to make sure the couple wasn't invited or just the daughter-in-law. And OP said son's wife. Even if it was my daughter's wife, I still wouldn't invite her, since other half of the couples were not invited. I don't invite my sister's husband or my daughter's husband or even my own husband. Yeah, and I bet they're not calling OP upset because they weren't invited. No, I don't feel like you're in the wrong, OP. The next one's called, am I the a-hole for not getting my girlfriend a pastry because she's on a diet? My girlfriend of 2 years is an absolutely gorgeous, stunning woman. I love every inch of her and I don't think she needs to change. Over the past few months, she went through a really rough time with some family and work stuff, and as a result, ditched a lot of her exercise and healthy eating habits. As a result of overeating junk food, she put on about 10 pounds. While I tell her every day that she's beautiful, and I mean it too, she is uncomfortable, and 2 weeks ago started talking about how she wants to cut out junk food, start exercising again, and go back to her baseline weight. I support her efforts to return to healthier habits. Last week on my way home from work, as I often do, I stopped into my favorite bakery in the city. I usually stop in at least once per week, and while in the past I would always pick up something for myself and my girlfriend, this time I only got something for myself because she's been so vocal about how she will cut out pastries. I got myself a big cinnamon roll with cream cheese. When I got home, she saw the bakery bag and asked, what did you get? I had to admit that I didn't get anything for her, since she said that she wants to cut out pastries. She got upset and said that I should have texted her when I'm in the bakery and asked if she wanted anything. I said I just didn't think that she would, since she's been so vocal about wanting to cut out certain foods. She then said that I shouldn't have gotten anything for myself either, since now I'm just flaunting it and making her feel fat. Oh, I don't agree with that. She cried a lot and she's still a bit cold towards me. I'm genuinely confused. Am I the a-hole? No, I don't think so, OP. So she's saying that it would have been nice if you had asked, but at the same time it's actually said that she doesn't want to eat that sort of stuff. It also doesn't sound like you were flaunting it, OP. Like, yeah, I suppose you could have texted her and asked her if she wanted something, but then would she still say like, oh, you know, you're tempting me. You shouldn't be going to places like that, when I said I haven't wanted to go to places like that. Like, I completely understand why you didn't ask her if she wanted something, OP, because you don't want to mess up what she's doing. And you're respecting the fact that she said that she doesn't want to eat that sort of stuff, so you don't want to tempt her with that sort of stuff. That definitely makes sense. The top comment says you're not an a-hole, but you fell right into the trap. No matter what they say, always ask the question, I'm at the pastry store. Would you like anything, dear? Trust me, save yourself the headache. It isn't about the pastry. It shows her that you're being mindful and taking her possible needs into consideration. Regardless of how bad she felt about herself on, say, Tuesday, she wants the option to say yes or no to a pastry. Yeah, but also, like this comment says, I see your point, but I also would find it thoughtful and supportive if they purposefully didn't get me a baked good because of the goals that I expressed. That also shows respect and active listening. Her emotions are valid, but he did nothing wrong. And the comment under that said, the thoughtful and supportive thing to do in that case is to eat your big cinnamon roll with cream cheese glaze before you get home. Yeah, you are being supportive, OP. And like that comment said, she expressed her goals and that she doesn't want to eat that sort of stuff. So you're respecting that. I also don't think it's okay for her to say to you that you shouldn't be eating that sort of stuff either. Yeah, the comment under that one says, I'm so confused by all the people saying that it's rude to eat a pastry in front of somebody who's dieting. When I diet, I have no expectations of the people around me not being able to eat eat treats just because I'm temporarily going without. It's my job to keep myself accountable, not anybody else's. Having said that, everybody's different. If she prefers you not to eat treats in front of her, then that's something you need to discuss and figure out a plan as a couple. I say not the a-hole. Now you know that her preference while she's dieting is for you to A, ask her regardless of if she wants something and let her make her own decision, and B, no, not to eat treats in front of her if that's what you guys agree to for her sake. Like, yeah, maybe you could have eaten it before going home, but that doesn't seem like a good idea either. It's a bit of a damned if you do, damned if you don't sort of situation, it seems like. Yeah, this comment too. I'm going to go against the grain and say not the a-hole. It is a common courtesy in such a situation to ask, but I understand why you didn't. I also don't think that you should have not gotten anything for yourself just because your girlfriend is going on a diet. Overall, this isn't even a big deal and not something that I want to call either of you an a-hole over. Wow, that last sentence applies to so many different posts on here. Yeah, I don't feel like she should have been that upset at you, OP. You are doing what she said, and it's not like you were trying to be hurtful or trying to rub it in her face or something, and that's pretty obvious too. I really like that comment that said, I'd also find it thoughtful and supportive if they didn't get me a baked good because of the goals that I expressed. That also shows respect and active listening. Yeah, I think it's wrong to assume that OP was trying to be mean. Yeah, it seems unreasonable of your girlfriend to be cold towards you still, OP. You even said in your post that she actually said that she wants to cut out pastries. Like, what did you do wrong? And to get that upset and to be super cold towards you, you did the best that you could with the information that you had. Obviously, there needed to be a discussion there first about, hey, like if you go somewhere, can you still ask me if I want something? But yeah, that's about it. Yeah, and like that other comment said, her emotions are valid and hopefully she's okay. But yeah, you didn't do anything wrong, OP. The next one is called, am I wrong for forcing my brother to buy cheese? A few days ago, I, 20 female, took my brother, 13 male, to go hang out with his friends at the mall. I like to dress up sometimes when I go out, and I decided to wear a pair of shoes that get very uncomfortable if I walk in them for too long. The plan was that I'd just sit in the food court while he and his friends walked around. Unfortunately, his friend wasn't able to make it, so we decided to just head home. On the way home, my mum texted us to pick up the ingredients for dinner. I let him stay in the car while I went. The grocery store had all the ingredients that I needed, except the cheese, so I bought everything I could and I went back to my car. My feet were hurting so bad at this point, so I drove us to another grocery store, and I asked my brother to go in and buy the cheese. He got really upset that I was forcing him to go out of his comfort zone. He accused me of faking my pain just to make him uncomfortable. I wound up calling my mum so that she could tell him to go inside. My mum asked him to go inside and pointed out that it was nice of me to take him out to see his friend. She even offered to video call him to walk him through the steps. He completely refused to go alone even with a phone call, so both I and my brother went inside the store, and I made him do all the steps. I made him hold my credit card, and at first he just dropped it on the floor and then walked away, which made me so angry. I made him find and purchase the cheese, and then we went home. I don't think I'm the a-hole. I just think that my brother is an entitled and horrifyingly lazy kid. It makes me so mad that I grew up constantly being pushed out of my comfort zone, but he's coddled by my parents to the point where he feels fine putting other people in difficult, even painful positions, just so he doesn't have to challenge his own boundaries. Right, okay, but he was going to hang out with his friends at the mall, and I'm assuming they were going to go all around the mall and do all the stuff they were going to do. That's not much different from going in somewhere and buying some cheese. Yeah, the top comment. Wait, he can go walk around the mall, but he can't go into a grocery store? Yeah, he's playing everybody. Yeah, surely, right? It does definitely seem like it. There's a comment here that says, yeah, no offense, but your brother sounds very entitled. Somebody needs to tell him to suck it up and do what he's told. He's 13, he shouldn't be doing things like dropping a credit card and then stomping away. And OP said, we frequently have arguments when I tell him this. Today, for instance, he got home from our neighbor's house and I asked him to take some pizza boxes out to the recycling. He started whining and saying that he can never catch a break and that I was rude for asking as soon as he got home rather than waiting for him to get comfortable. After an argument, he finally did it and then slammed his bedroom door and played Fortnite for a few hours. Yeah, he just didn't want to do it. He was happy to go around the mall with his friends and buy stuff or look at stuff or whatever. Yeah, it really just sounds like he doesn't want to do it and gets upset when he doesn't get his own way. But yeah, you took him to the mall so he could be with his friends, but there's no gratitude for you doing that. There's a comment here that says it sounds like your brother's already mastered weaponized incompetence. Yeah, I'm pretty certain that you're not in the wrong, OP. It doesn't sound like you were rude. It doesn't sound like you've been trying to be mean to him or something. It doesn't really sound like you're being unreasonable at all, but it does sound like he's entitled and not grateful for stuff that you guys do. Yeah, like this comment said, so he's fine with walking around the mall, but going into a supermarket is outside of his comfort zone. I'd stop doing any favors for him. Tell him that driving to the mall is outside of your comfort zone. Yeah, you're not really obligated to do favors for him all the time, or be like his personal chauffeur or something. Yeah, he does seem entitled. Okay, the next one is called, am I the a-hole for cancelling a family barbecue after my brother-in-law ran over my car? Okay, I'm interested. Okay, this all took place last weekend. Family barbecue was supposed to take place. In-laws, extended family, and family is coming over and all that jazz. Brother-in-law drives a huge pickup truck, by the way, and I have a 911. There's a decent size difference. I see them pull in right, and brother-in-law is the driver and he's on his phone. Because of that, he looks right at my car, and as he's pulling in, he's still on his phone, and he hits my car. I guess he thought that he was a lot further than he actually was. Well, my car's totaled. This is when people are just starting to show up too, so I'm basically steaming. I was not in barbecue mood at the time, so I told everybody to take themselves and go home, and that it's cancelled. I'm still waiting on the insurance payout. Also, I bought the car last year, so it's not even paid off. That day after everybody left, my wife is now mad at me because some of her family drove 3 to 5 hours to come just to be sent home on arrival, and I lost 225 grand. I don't care, but my wife seems to though, so I'm asking here to see if I'm the a-hole. Yeah, right. The top comment says, why isn't brother-in-law's insurance covering the vehicle? Edit to add not the a-hole. And OP said his insurance won't cover all of that. To get to my hope correct amount, I'm gonna have to sue him. Yeah, I don't know though. Like, I do understand where the wife's coming from, and if they're a family coming from 5 hours away, that's pretty a-holey, OP. Like, yeah, I understand that you're not in a good mood now, but does that mean that they should all just turn around and go home? Like, did you have to be at the barbecue? Could you be like, okay guys, I'm gonna be gone for a while, you know, like, couldn't it have gone on without you while you're trying to figure this sort of stuff out instead of just cancelling the whole thing? I feel like in a situation like this, obviously you're gonna talk to the brother-in-law because they messed up massively, but it's between you and the brother-in-law, OP. So like, if you guys have to leave, then okay. But yeah, I don't know, if a lot of family has come from a long way away, they don't need to be punished over this. The second top comment says everybody sucks. I was on your side until you said that in 10 days it'd come from up to 5 hours away. Can you imagine driving 3 to 5 hours for a party only to find out that it's been cancelled? Unless there was a death in the family or something, I'd be pissed. It absolutely sucks, and I get why you'd not be in the mood to have a party, but to affect the people who'd come so far seems incredibly selfish. At the very least, tell the brother-in-law to F off, but everybody? Nah, that's messed up. Yeah, definitely. Like, of course you're going to be super upset about this, and super angry too, and shocked and everything, but that doesn't mean that you can't slip out and sort of deal with that, or step away a bit from the barbecue. Yeah, this comment's good. You the a-hole, had you taken like 5 minutes to calm down, then it may have occurred to you to discuss the situation with your wife instead of making a unilateral rash decision. A crunched up car has nothing to do with the barbecue, except in your own rage-filled mind. Sending family away without consulting your wife accomplished nothing, except that now everybody's upset instead of just you. Do better, you aren't the center of the universe. Yeah, kinda agree. Okay, the last one for today is called, am I the a-hole for telling my mum that I can't trust her? Earlier today, I, 21 female, had an argument with my mum, which led to me telling her that I couldn't trust her, which she called rude and an overreaction. For years, my mum's had this bad habit of secretly donating our clothes without telling us. Sometimes it was stuff that she thought was too small for us, but most of the time it was just clothes that she didn't like or didn't want us to wear anymore. For example, I really like professional wrestling, and I've received many t-shirts of my favorite wrestlers as gifts over the years, yet the only one that I still have is from this past November. My mum doesn't understand why I like wrestling, probably because I'm a girl, and even when I've tried to ask where my merch has gone, she's always shooed me off. The donation bag would always be in her closet, so if I noticed I was missing an item of clothing, odds are it'd be in the donation bag. Since as early as middle school, when I started noticing that she'd take my clothes, I'd always ask her to please check with me before donating any of my clothes. Of course she didn't, and continued picking things out of the laundry, or even going as far as to into my drawers and into my closet to take stuff. Oh god. A few months ago, I found a really nice dress of mine that I bought in the donation bag, and I blew up, screaming and begging her to ask me anytime she would donate clothes. This seemed to get to her, as she stopped taking things until earlier today. In the car with her today, I looked in the back seat and I noticed the donation bag, but peeking out was the arm of a sweater I had literally bought last week. I grabbed the bag and I noticed my last remaining wrestling t-shirt, about 5 pairs of my socks, and even some bowls and plates that I'd bought for my apartment next year. We began arguing, with her not giving me a clear reason why those were in the donation bag, and I told her that because she went back on her word, I couldn't trust her anymore. I think it was a valid reaction, but she disagrees. Thoughts? Oh my god, yeah, of course it's a valid reaction, OP. You can't trust her. And where the hell does your mum get off going into your stuff and then chucking it out? Why does she feel like she can do that? Oh, that's so bad. I don't know if it's a control thing or like a power thing or something. The bloody audacity. Oh, that's so awful. Yeah, this comment, definitely not the a-hole. She's basically stealing your stuff. Get a small storage space and pack everything you own except a week's worth of stuff. Swap out your clothes once a week until you move out, and don't bring any favorite items into her house. Alternatively, or in addition, get a locking knob for your bedroom door in her house. Yeah, with a mum like that though, if OP suddenly put a lock on their door, I don't feel like they're gonna have a good reaction to that. That's so whack, OP. Donate her clothes. You're buying stuff with your own money, and your mum's like, oh yeah, I feel like I can throw that out. Get the hell out of here. What are you talking about? There's a comment here that that says the clothes are a separate issue from the dishes. Both are control issues. Giving away things that you'd need when you move out. You need to make it clear that you're going, like it or not. The only difference is that by pulling these sorts of stunts, it'll just make you more eager to accelerate the moving process. Yeah, that's actually messed up, OP. Your mum is stealing from you, and of course you can't trust her. Why would you feel like you could trust her when she does stuff like that? Does she feel like she can do that and there's no consequence? Absolute dingbat behavior. Like, what are you doing? Oh yeah, I can just give away my kid stuff that they paid for. Are you trying to ruin your relationship with your kid? How ridiculous. Of course you're not overreacting, OP. And I feel like that's enough for today. We need to read something wholesome, like really bad. A little kid came up to the ice cream truck today holding a $5 note in one hand and a cool leaf in the other. She asked me for a bomb pop and I said, okay, that'll be one leaf please. And she said no and then handed me the $5. That's so funny. No, this leaf is way too cool. You're not getting this for an ice cream. Come on. I would never give you my leaf. That's really wholesome. Oh yeah, this one. Hug me. But we're buildings. It doesn't matter. I need it. Okay, bring it in. And they're two buildings hugging each other. That's so cute. And it really does look like they're giving each other a hug. Cute little buildings. Thank you for watching another episode, guys. I hope you had a wonderful time today. I was going to read some stuff today that wasn't Am I the Gay Hole, but I'll definitely do that in the next episode. I don't want every single episode to be Am I the Gay Hole, but it is super fun. And yeah, thank you for joining me and let me know down below if you enjoyed. And also, if you want to see more content like this, definitely subscribe. And the comment of the day today goes to Spider Gamer. Day 8 of telling the Vincey fam god-awful jokes that I've heard on the internet. How do you make sure not to lose an electron? You gotta keep an eye on it. That's so good. That's actually funny. I really appreciate that. And also, you're already up to day 8 of telling god-awful jokes. I need to go find the other 6 of them. That's awesome. Thank you for commenting that. And thank you for the support, guys. Make sure you look after yourself and make sure you have a beautiful, amazing rest of your day. And you know what I'm about to say because I say it every single day. Bye!